The Honda CRZ. In essence, it's a smaller, sportier, two-seat version of the four-door Honda Insight. A fun-loving, modestly priced two-seat hybrid.
You'd think Honda loyalists would fall in love with it, but there's a complication, and it's right over there.
Honda wants to recapture the fondness drivers had for the classic CRX with the CRZ, but those are big shoes to fill. Did they succeed? We'll get to that in a second. First, here are the essential things you need to know about the Honda CRZ. Pricing starts around $20,000. Not bad for a stylish little car sporting a hybrid badge. Power comes from a 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine paired with an integrated electric motor producing a combined 122 horsepower output. 0 to 60 acceleration takes more than 8 seconds. Not amazing, but from the driver's seat, the CRZ feels zippier than the numbers imply, thanks in large part to the sporty sound of its engine. Unlike other more complicated hybrid systems, the electric motor in the CRZ only assists acceleration and starts the gasoline engine. That means no Prius-like electric-only driving.
So back to our original question, how does the CRZ stack up as a CRX for the modern era? Luckily, we have a CRX expert and owner of that yellow car we've been looking at, Joe Santos from KBB. So what are the attributes that made the CRX such a great car?
I have to say it's a combination of great handling, good looks, practicality, and economy.
So does the CRZ have those qualities?
The Honda CRZ is one of the few hybrids you can buy with a manual transmission. The clutch is easy to operate, and the shift's nice and short. In fact, the standard manual transmission almost makes you forget you're driving a hybrid, at least until you come to a stop and the engine shuts off. Whether you hate moving your left leg or just want the best fuel economy, the CRZ's optional Cvt Transmission is for you. It even comes with paddle shifters, which sound neat until you consider that a CVT has no gears.
Unlike the stellar visibility of the Honda CRX, the Honda CRZ has a huge blind spot. It's not really a problem if you have your mirrors adjusted properly or if you never plan to change lanes.
The prominent center-mounted tachometer normally glows blue, but if you drive economically, it turns green. That's the car's way of telling you it approves of how you're driving. Oh goody. There are 3 driving modes. Normal mode feels normal, Sport mode sharpens throttle response and tightens the steering, and Eco mode dulls the throttle response, making the CRZ feel incredibly slow. We suggest leaving the CRZ in normal or sport mode. You'll enjoy improved engine response and get the same fuel economy as in Eco mode, provided you control your right foot. Speaking of fuel economy, the Honda CRZ delivers 36 miles per gallon in the city and 38 miles per gallon on the highway, but only when equipped with the Cvt transmission. Choose the manual transmission and economy drops to 31 city and 37 highway. Honestly, those numbers aren't dazzling. The previous two-seat Honda Insight delivered 49 city, 61 highway. Heck, an 86 Honda CRX managed 42 city and 51 highway. Back to our original question. The CRX was a great handling, good-looking, practical, and economical two-seater. How does the CRZ stack up as a modern-era CRX? The CRZ is a fun, tossable car. In our eyes, it's not as fun as the CRX, but the CRZ's enhanced safety and much smoother ride make it easier to live with. Looks are subjective, but to our eyes, the CRZ's front overhang is way too long, and placed next to a CRX, it looks chunky. Otherwise, we think the CRZ looks like a sleek, modern extension of the CRX. Be honest, if you saw this back in 1990, you would have loved it, right? In terms of practicality, the CRZ's cabin is decently roomy. It's got a big trunk, and these things that look like seats, but technically aren't unless you live outside of the US, can be folded, creating an even larger cargo area, just like the CRX. Lastly, the CRZ gets good fuel economy compared to most modern cars, but considering it's a hybrid inspired by the miserly CRX, we expected better. Blame weight. While the Honda CRX weighed around 2,000 pounds, depending on year and trim, the CRZ checks in around 2,700 pounds. Even by modern standards, the CRZ is a bit hefty for its size. A Mini Cooper weighs about 150 pounds less, while a Honda Fit weighs about 200 pounds less. Surprisingly, the four-door Honda Insight weighs right about the same as the smaller CRZ, but still manages better fuel economy. Perplexing.
But if you want a fun-to-drive two-seater that has good fuel economy, modern safety, the latest technology, and a level of sophistication the old CRX can't possibly imagine, then be happy that the Honda CRZ exists. And cross your fingers that they're working on an SI version.